Now at 4, the multi-million-dollar plan to pay for road work in Marion County. It was just vetoed by the mayor. So what's next?
Plus, after years of reckless driving and speeding, one Northeast Side neighborhood is finally seeing a different kind of traffic, all thanks to the city. I'm Samantha Johnson. That story still ahead.
From heat to storms and where air quality is now unhealthy across the state of Indiana in your forecast.
Welcome to 13 News at 4. I'm Felicia Lawrence.
And I'm Anne Marie Tiernan, in today at 4 o'clock for Dustin Grove. And we start today at 4 with our Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett taking action, vetoing a proposal to raise millions of dollars for road work by increasing the vehicle taxes for all drivers in Marion County.
So we're joined this afternoon by our new reporter, Callie Lichter. Callie, can you explain to us what happens here?
Felicia, the City-County Council is not giving up on this proposal yet. Council President Maggie Lewis says they will hold a vote to try and overcome the veto, but that will take a full council vote. But in the meantime, she's asking Hogsett to share his plan to raise the money. Hogsett has said he has a plan to raise the funds without increasing the taxes on Marion County residents. As a reminder, this proposal would increase the vehicle tax in Marion County to a flat $100 annual fee. For vehicles that qualify for wheel taxes, that would move to a flat $240 annual fee. In exchange, the state would match the money raised, up to $50 million to help with road work.
We get that this is a hard vote, but again, at the end of the day, we believe that this is the plan that will take our city to the next level. It will ensure that we have the dollars long term to fix our roads.
But Hogsett says the money comes at too high a cost for Indianapolis residents.
One reality has been impossible to ignore. Many households are already stretched to the limit. That is why I have decided to veto Proposal 192.
This whole proposal is possible because of a state law that passed in 2025. It requires the money for the matching state funds to come from new taxes and not from shifting from public safety funding.
All right, so has the mayor shared any details of this plan now, Callie?
You know, not publicly. Because the state law requires new revenue, it's not clear how the mayor can get the matching state grants without raising taxes. And because these are matching grants, if the city raises less, it gets less back.
So when could the council try to overcome the veto?
The next full meeting of the council is scheduled for August 10th. That's also when the city budget is expected to be introduced.
Yeah, lots of lobbying to try to garner those votes between now and then. Callie, all right, thanks so much. We know we'll keep an eye on it for us. Thank you and welcome. On Indy's Northeast Side, a lesson in patience and persistence.
One neighborhood has been asking for the city for help for months, and it's to address reckless driving in their streets. And today, that help arrived loud and clear.
Samantha Johnson is there.
Westbourne Drive, not far from 46 and Benford, is looking more like a parking lot these days. But this kind of noise is welcomed.
It feels good. It feels like it was a long time coming. Instead of the speeding cars, we would take construction.
Chris Fillmore and his neighbors started a petition last year asking the city for help. Anything from consistent speed limit signs to speed bumps, just to get people to slow down. And now?
Well, as you can see, there is progress being made. This is what we were surprised with this morning.
6 streets will be repaved, and Westbourne is getting those speed bumps. Pavement is all marked up, utilities too, and work is well underway. I can tell you Westbourne Drive is humming on Thursday, and residents here hope all of this is really just the first step because they asked for more from the city, including guardrails in some places and also radar enforced signage to keep drivers at 25 miles an hour.
After which we will be completely and utterly satisfied, and Team Gibson, absolutely, for sure.
Chris is talking about Councilman Ron Gibson, who helped push this project to the finish line.
It's been a long time coming, and we're going to see some real improvement in infrastructure in this neighborhood.
Some persistence and patience paying off.
Yeah, just reach out. I think a lot of times you may think that the city knows that your street needs attention, but maybe not, especially well within our neighborhoods.
Again, the 2 words, take action. It really does come to fruition if you indeed do take action.
Even if the gears of government turn slowly sometimes, construction here is expected to wrap up in August. On the Northeast Side, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
Dangerous air quality from wildfires in Ontario, Canada, now impacting more than 100 million people here in the States. Smoke from the wildfires is now moving into major cities here in the Midwest. We're talking Chicago. Look at this view there of the river, and also Detroit, New York, and Boston having the effect too. This is video out of Chicago today. A heat dome is helping move that smoke south toward the U.S.
And we have a live look at conditions near Mackinac Bridge in Michigan. Look at this. You can barely see cars driving through the haze. The state has issued a wildfire smoke warning this week. As we can see, visibility is low. Angela is tracking this alert, and is this a case where folks need to just stay inside?
Up there, for sure, because it's in that dangerous range. For us in central Indiana, air quality right now, good/unhealthy, but we don't have to go too far to the north to find unhealthy in places like South Bend and Fort Wayne. So this is where we're going to start this evening. We do go back under an air quality alert for tomorrow, so we want you to continue to take precautions, especially if you suffer from upper respiratory problems. That yellow dot in Indianapolis means moderate. The green dot in Bloomington is good in terms of air quality. But let's slide north. Those red dots, South Bend, Fort Wayne, that is unhealthy. And then just north of there, all of those maroon dots are hazardous. So yes, this becomes a real danger as we continue to watch smoke from all of those wildfires kind of spin around the hot dome. It's the hot dome that we've been dealing with, and basically the poor air quality in that smoke is moving along and around that hot dome. So we are close in central Indiana, but we do think the worst air quality will stay across the northern and northeastern sections of the state over the next couple of days. But stick with us. As I mentioned, we go back under an air quality alert tomorrow, unhealthy for sensitive groups. Our cameras look pretty good across central Indiana. Temperatures right now in the Bloomington area, by the way, that is rain, not smoke that you're seeing. I'm going to show you radar in just a second. Bloomington 89, 92 in Indianapolis, 91 in Kokomo. Feels like temperatures between 95 and 100. So the heat advisory continues. Promised I'd show you a quick view of the radar. We do have these downpours developing across the southern half of the state, and you can see those south of Indianapolis. That's what we just saw in Bloomington. These really aren't moving much, and they're going to put down some heavy rain. Just the beginning of storm chances increasing. I'll explain in the forecast.
All right, thanks, Angela, for breaking it down. Today, an EMT accused of assaulting a teenage girl inside an ambulance made his first court appearance. Ronald Elliott is charged in Delaware County with child seduction, sexual battery, and dissemination of matter harmful to minors. He's also facing new charges in Marion County. Police say in this latest case, he was taking a 16-year-old girl from Riley Hospital to Valley Vista Hospital. They say that's when he showed her explicit photos and touched her inappropriately. Elliott is being held on $71,000 bond in Delaware County. He has an active warrant on the Marion County charges. His jury trial is set for October.
A second person now convicted of murder in the fatal shooting of 21-year-old Carlos Jar Neri Guzman. Neri Guzman was found in a crashed car on March 5th of 24. He crashed into a home along Memorial Knoll Drive after he was shot, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, Darius Tolbert is found guilty in the murder. Prosecutors say that Guzman drove to the neighborhood for an apparent prearranged meeting. They say video shows Tolbert and the then 15-year-old Jeremy Allen Briscoe went up to Guzman's car and then fired shots. Guzman attempted to drive off but lost control and then crashed. So now Tolbert's sentencing is set for July 28th. Briscoe was sentenced to 45 years in prison. That sentencing in March of last year.
A man is convicted of murder in a deadly home invasion from 2022. This happened on the city's northeast side on April 29th of 22. Naya Ruffin was found shot in an apartment building along San Paulo Circle. Investigators say they found shattered glass, blood, and shell casings in Ruffin's living room. Ruffin's boyfriend was there at the time and says people were demanding money and access to a safe before gunshots rang out. DNA found at the crime scene led investigators to Octavian Long. His sentencing is set for August 8th.
Right now, the Indianapolis Office of Public Health and Safety is hosting multiple free food distribution events across the city. And this is all an effort to expand health care in some of our communities that need the resources the most. So there are now 9 more distribution events set for this month. There is one today, and it's over at the Moorhead Community Resource Center on East 10th Street. And it runs tonight from 5 to 7, so there's still plenty of time for you to get over there. We've got details on some of the other food events that are posted for the rest of the month if you head to our website at WTHR.com.
Well, the WNBA is creating some interesting rivalries and partnerships for the upcoming All-Star game.
So first of all, Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson are teaming up and playing against one of Clark's Fever teammates, Kelsey Mitchell. Clark and Paige Paige Bookers topped the fan voting, so they were assigned to different teams. Clark will be on Team Spoon, named for Basketball Hall of Famer Teresa Witherspoon, and the other team will be called Team Coop for another Hall of Famer, Cynthia Cooper. So that game is coming up. It's in Chicago. It is on July 24th, a Saturday.
Exciting, exciting. Paige Becker's there.
Becker's, okay. I knew I wasn't getting that right.
I know, it looks a little weird
Fix me in the middle of the
sometimes.
sentence so
Sorry.
we get it right there.
My
Right
bad.
there, right then, right there. We want to get it right. Ahead, new testing for troops that the Secretary of Defense is now requiring from all service members.
And intense heat, smoky air, and widespread flooding. We have a look at some of the hardest hit areas of the country as Angela watches far and near.
Yes, and near Felicia will be storm chances increasing. We have some on radar now, more tomorrow and more possible this weekend.